Our deep dive mission today,
Yeah.
it cuts right to a question that I think a lot of us have been feeling, even if we haven't said it out loud. Is the internet dead?
And we don't just mean, a lack of good memes or something.
No, not at all. We're asking if the digital world we all live in is even primarily human anymore.
We've gone through a pretty alarming stack of sources for this. We're talking proprietary bad bot reports from the top cybersecurity firms. We're talking dense academic papers on AI. And they all point to the same conclusion.
They validate what used to be a fringe conspiracy theory, the dead internet theory, or DIT.
Yeah, and for anyone who's not familiar, it really started bubbling up around 2016. The core idea was, well, terrifyingly simple.
That human activity online had already been overtaken by bots, that the whole thing, the global town square, was already a fake.
Exactly. And what's crucial to understand here is the mechanism. This isn't just spam bots. The theory posits a systemic infiltration by highly sophisticated algorithms, synthetic entities.
And their whole purpose is to do what?
To mimic, manipulate, mislead, and of course, to monetize. To monetize us.
So here's the takeaway, right up front. This is not a fringe idea anymore. The data we have confirms it. The internet's original promise, this shared human space, is unraveling.
And it's plunging us into what the research calls an epistemological crisis.
That's just a fancy way of saying what exactly?
It's a fancy way of saying we're losing the ability to tell what's real because the tools we use to judge reality are being systematically compromised. Our mission today is to use that hard data to figure out just how dead the internet truly is.
So let's start with that, the hard evidence, the smoking gun that turns this from a weird theory into, well, a massive certified threat.
The cybersecurity reports are chillingly specific. Reports like the 2024 Imperva Bad Bot Report, for instance, gave us a baseline that was already staggering.
And that number was what?
Bots accounted for 49.6% of all internet traffic.
Almost half, just shy of half of everything.
Right. 49.6% was the figure everyone was watching. But the really chilling update came just as we were compiling this. The latest data shows it's tipped over.
It's over.
Bots now account for over 50% of all internet activity. It's a majority.
Okay, stop and process that. The majority of the traffic, the clicks, the comments, the content you see, it's not from a person, it's code. The public square is now fundamentally non-human.
And if that isn't alarming enough, we have to break it down further. Look at the malignant component.
The bad bots.
The bad bots. A massive 32% of all internet activity comes from malicious bots. These are run by attackers, fraudsters, even state actors, and they are relentless.
So why this huge jump in malicious activity? Is it just about money or something else going on?
It's a mix, but the speed, the sheer velocity of it points to large-scale manipulation, both financial and political.
So this is industrial-scale malice.
It is. It's designed to exploit vulnerabilities at a speed and scale that humans just can't track, let alone respond to.
And when we talk about manipulation, the studies are so clear on how it works. Bots amplify misinformation 6 times faster than a human can.
6 times. And they're smart. They seek out and exploit the biases and the algorithms to polarize us.
You're talking about astroturfing, making something look like a grassroots movement when it's completely fake.
Exactly. I mean, look at the 2016 U.S. election. Political bots spread fabricated stories to millions by weaponizing engagement. They flooded platforms with likes, shares, comments.
So it's not about convincing one person.
No, it's about convincing the system. Convincing the algorithm that a fake story is important, so the algorithm shows it to millions more people. It's an attack on our collective attention.
Which brings us to this critical point, the war against verification. If half the internet is code, how does any system, any person, tell the difference?
And that's what we've seen, this incredible and frankly scary evolution. In the 90s, a bot was a simple script for indexing a website.
Right.
But since the 2020s, we've entered the era of AI-driven synthetic entities. These aren't just faster, they're behavioral mimics. They're designed specifically to pass as human.
We all know the ritual, the CAPTCHA. Select all the squares with a traffic light. That was supposed to be the thing only a human could do.
And the bots are winning that arms race, convincingly. The data shows AI-powered bots can solve those CAPTCHAs with a 96% success rate.
96%. What's the success rate for actual humans?
It's often between 50 and 86%. We get tired, the images are ambiguous.
So the technology designed to tell man from machine is now defeated better by the machine. The gatekeeper's broken.
Completely. And if they can beat that, they can beat much more sophisticated checks. This is where it becomes a threat to identity itself. These bots can now simulate subtle human behaviors,
Like what?
like how you move a mouse across a screen. They can generate convincing deepfake videos, clone your voice.
This is the part of the data that's most concerning to me. When the deception is that good, the risk isn't just about losing an argument online, it's about losing control of your digital self.
Absolutely. We saw a stark, frankly terrifying example of this. The cybersecurity firm KnowBe4,
Their whole business is security training.
their whole business. And they mistakenly hired a North Korean hacker who used AI-assisted deepfake videos and forged documents to create a totally convincing false identity. He passed all their checks.
If a cybersecurity firm gets fooled, what chance does an average person have? Or our banks? Our infrastructure?
And this technical failure points right back to this deep psychological issue the research calls misattribution of humanness.
We're just wired to believe that if something communicates with us in a sophisticated way, it must be human.
We are. So we mistake these synthetic actors for real people, whether it's a voice on the phone, a video call, a comment on a forum. It's like seeing a really realistic mannequin and doing a double take.
Except now, the mannequin is trying to steal your password or change your vote. It creates this pervasive doubt, a real loneliness.
Which is why this is an existential crisis. It's not just about fake news anymore, it's a crisis of perception. The very way we build a shared reality is being manipulated.
And that's where this idea of social signal manipulation comes in. We, as humans, we rely on social cues to figure out what's true or important.
Right. Likes, shares, what's trending. We use them as a proxy for consensus. If everyone is talking about something, it must be a big deal.
But the bots attack that very assumption.
They flood platforms to create the illusion that a fringe viewpoint or a totally fabricated one is actually popular. It poisons the well. We can't tell if a movement is real or if it's just code.
And when you can't trust the cues, the natural human response is to retreat. If people feel isolated, they feel overwhelmed by the chaos.
That retreat is exactly what the research calls the dark forest. Users are abandoning the public internet. They're moving to closed spaces.
Like what? Private discords, encrypted chats.
Exactly. Private Discord servers, paid newsletters. They're looking for smaller, vetted groups where they can actually talk to other humans without the noise. The internet is fragmenting into these little lifeboats.
And beyond just the social aspect, this is actually attacking our ability to think. The documents talk about a threat to something called cognitive liberty.
Cognitive liberty is basically your right to control your own thought processes. But when these algorithms and synthetic content constantly narrow what you see,
It only shows you things you already agree with.
right, it creates what they call deterministic thinking patterns. It's like putting your brain on rails.
How does that actually inhibit thought?
It acts as a brake on creativity and motivation. If all your inputs are predictable, if the world is constantly filtered to fit a script, you lose the ability for diverse, original thought. We're being shaped toward predictability.
And you don't even need the academic papers to see this. You can just feel it. The quality of the public web has degraded so much.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's that famous Reddit post where a user just said the internet has become very lonely.
Right. And then you see the news that Google made a deal with Reddit to feed all those human conversations into its AI.
So in the future, your search results won't be from a live human conversation. They'll be an AI summary of archived posts, echoes of people who are long gone.
The web becomes a museum of the dead, curated by AI to feed more AI.
And it's all buried under this mountain of low-effort spam ads from bots and these AI sites that generate fake clickbait obituaries for people who are still alive. The line is just gone.
So let's widen the scope. Because the threat isn't just on our screens anymore. This dark shadow is moving from the cloud into our physical world.
The reports are very clear on the real-world targets. Malicious bots are now a primary threat to essential services.
Like what?
They are systematically hitting healthcare systems to steal patient data. They're attacking financial networks, enabling fraud like carding and account takeovers. Some of those fraud categories are up over 100%.
And most disturbingly, they're going after the basic infrastructure we need to live.
Correct. We're seeing evidence of botnets targeting and hijacking operational controls in municipal water facilities.
Wait, water facilities? How is that even possible?
A lot of these systems are old, they're unsecured. An attacker doesn't need to be there physically. They can just command a botnet to exploit a vulnerability from halfway across the world. The consequences could be catastrophic.
This is the physical digital boundary break that the reports talk about. It's not just an idea, it's happening.
Yeah. The spread of IoT, the Internet of Things, all these smart devices, it means synthetic entities are moving out of the cloud and into our homes.
So your phone, your TV, your security camera.
They can all be turned into nodes for these synthetic agents. The line between the virtual world and the physical world is dissolving.
So after all this, what does it mean? The question isn't if the dead internet theory is real, the data says it is.
The question is how much? We've moved beyond information manipulation. This is reality manipulation. Our basic human ability to have a shared understanding of the world is being compromised.
So to sum up this whole investigation, the data proves it. Bot activity is the majority online. This validates the theory, and the impact is everywhere. It fuels misinformation, it breaks verification, it creates this deep collective loneliness, and now it's a direct threat to our physical infrastructure.
The very systems we rely on to establish what is true are being systematically dismantled by code.
It's a crisis of trust, of identity, of reality itself.
And that leaves us and you with one final crucial question to think about. How do we maintain a shared sense of reality, that fundamental feeling of common ground with other people, when the very tools we use to build that reality, from social consensus to trusted authorities, are being manipulated on a mass scale by these incredibly sophisticated synthetic entities?
Think about that the next time you see something trending online.